Ensuring that wilderness therapy programs adhere to regulations can help protect participants and promote positive outcomes in their healing journeys. Feminist therapy, an overview. Feminist therapy is a type of therapy that focuses on understanding and addressing the unique challenges that women and marginalized groups face in society. It combines psychological principles with feminist principles to empower clients and promote equality. The goal is to help individuals understand how societal factors, such as gender roles, sexism, and oppression, impact their mental health and overall well-being. Key concepts. 1. Focus on gender and power. Feminist therapy emphasizes the influence of gender and power dynamics in people's lives. It recognizes that societal norms and expectations around gender can affect mental health and personal relationships. Example, a woman may feel pressure to conform to traditional roles, such as being a caregiver, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy or resentment. Feminist therapy helps her explore these societal expectations and how they influence her feelings. 2. Empowerment. A central goal of feminist therapy is to empower clients. This means helping individuals recognize their strengths, make their own choices, and take control of their lives. The therapist acts as a collaborator rather than an authority figure. Example, if a client feels trapped in an unhealthy relationship due to societal pressures, the therapist encourages her to identify her values and assert her needs, helping her make decisions that align with her sense of self. 3. Intersectionality. Feminist therapy acknowledges that individuals have multiple identities that intersect, such as race, class, sexuality, and ability. Each of these identities can impact a person's experiences and challenges. Example, a therapist might explore how a client's experiences as a woman are affected by her race or socioeconomic status, understanding that different factors contribute to her unique challenges. 4. Challenging traditional norms. Feminist therapy challenges traditional therapeutic norms that may reinforce gender stereotypes or ignore the impact of societal issues on mental health. It aims to create a more inclusive and equitable therapeutic environment. Example, instead of viewing emotional expressions as a weakness, feminist therapy celebrates emotional awareness as a strength, encouraging clients to express their feelings openly. 5. Social justice. Feminist therapy is rooted in the belief that social justice is essential for mental health. It encourages clients to reflect on social injustices and consider how they can advocate for change in their communities and society at large. Example, a client may work with the therapist to explore ways to engage in activism or community work that aligns with her values, empowering her to make a difference. Important details. Collaborative approach. Feminist therapy emphasizes a collaborative relationship between the therapist and the client. Both work together to explore issues and develop solutions, fostering a sense of partnership. Cultural sensitivity. Feminist therapists are sensitive to cultural differences and strive to understand how culture shapes individuals' experiences. They aim to create a culturally competent therapeutic environment. Focus on strengths. Instead of solely focusing on problems, feminist therapy highlights clients' strengths and resources, encouraging them to draw on these assets to navigate challenges. Conclusion. Feminist therapy is an empowering approach that seeks to address the unique challenges faced by women and marginalized groups in society. By focusing on gender, power dynamics, and social justice, feminist therapy helps clients understand how societal factors influence their mental health and well-being. Through collaboration and a focus on strengths, clients are encouraged to assert their identities, challenge societal norms, and take control of their lives, ultimately promoting personal growth and empowerment. Critique of androcentric and gender-centric approaches. Androcentric and gender-centric approaches are two frameworks used to understand gender and its impact on individuals and society. While both approaches focus on gender, they have different perspectives and can lead to different conclusions about the roles and experiences of men and women. Critiquing these approaches helps to identify their limitations and explore more inclusive perspectives. Key concepts. 1. Androcentric approach. Definition. Androcentrism refers to a perspective that centers on male experiences and viewpoints, often assuming that they are the standard or norm. In this approach, women's experiences are often marginalized or overlooked. Example: in many psychological theories, research has historically focused on male subjects, leading to conclusions that may not apply to women. For instance, some mental health studies might use male-dominated samples, which can result in a lack of understanding of how mental health issues manifest differently in women. 2. Gender-centric approach. Definition: the gender-centric approach focuses on the roles, experiences, and perspectives of both genders, but can sometimes still reinforce traditional gender roles and stereotypes. It seeks to understand how gender influences behavior and social dynamics. Example: a gender-centric analysis might explore how societal expectations shape the behavior of both men and women, but it could still fall short by not fully addressing the complexities of non-binary and transgender experiences. 3. Limitations of androcentrism. Androcentric approaches can lead to biased conclusions and reinforce gender inequality. By prioritizing male experiences, these approaches may ignore the challenges and contributions of women and non-binary individuals. Example: in research on leadership styles, an androcentric approach might suggest that traditional leadership traits are inherently male, ignoring how women and non-binary leaders can exhibit different yet equally effective styles. 4. Limitations of gender-centric approaches. While gender-centric approaches aim to include both genders, they may still rely on binary views of gender, which do not account for the full spectrum of gender identities. This can perpetuate stereotypes and limit understanding. Example: a gender-centric approach might analyze how men and women interact in the workplace, but may not consider how gender non-conforming individuals face unique challenges that differ from those experienced by binary men and women. 5. Intersectionality. A critique of both androcentric and gender-centric approaches highlights the importance of intersectionality, which examines how different social identities intersect and affect an individual's experiences. Example: an intersectional approach would consider how a Black woman's experiences in the workplace differ from those of a white woman or a Black man, recognizing that race and gender both play significant roles in shaping experiences. Important details. Need for inclusivity. Critiquing these approaches emphasizes the need for more inclusive frameworks that recognize the diversity of gender identities and experiences. This includes acknowledging non-binary, transgender, and gender-fluid identities. Impact on policy and practice. Understanding the limitations of androcentric and gender-centric approaches is essential for creating policies and practices that promote gender equality. This includes advocating for representation and ensuring that diverse voices are heard. Empowerment and agency. An inclusive approach recognizes the agency of individuals to define their own identities and experiences, rather than having them defined by societal norms or biases. Conclusion. The critique of androcentric and gender-centric approaches highlights the limitations of focusing solely on male perspectives or reinforcing traditional gender roles. By understanding these critiques, we can work towards more inclusive frameworks that recognize the complexity of gender and the importance of intersectionality. This shift is essential for promoting equality and understanding the diverse experiences of all individuals, regardless of their gender identity. Challenging heterosexism. An overview. Heterosexism refers to the belief that heterosexuality is the only valid sexual orientation. This belief often leads to the discrimination and marginalization of people who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or any other non-heterosexual identities. Challenging heterosexism involves questioning and opposing these beliefs and practices to promote equality and acceptance for all sexual orientations. Key concepts. 1. Understanding heterosexism. Heterosexism manifests in societal norms, attitudes, and institutions that privilege heterosexual relationships while discriminating against others. This can include laws, policies, and cultural practices that favor heterosexual individuals. Example: many countries historically have laws that only recognize heterosexual marriages, denying same-sex couples the same legal rights and benefits. 2. Impact of heterosexism. Heterosexism can lead to negative consequences for individuals who do not identify as heterosexual. This can include mental health issues, social isolation, and discrimination in various aspects of life, such as employment, healthcare, and education. Example: a person who identifies as gay may face rejection from their family or friends, leading to feelings of loneliness and depression, while a heterosexual person may not experience the same level of social stigma. 3. Challenging stereotypes. Challenging heterosexism involves questioning stereotypes and assumptions about LGBTQ+ individuals. This includes recognizing that being LGBTQ+ does not define a person's worth or capabilities. Example: instead of believing that gay men are less masculine, people can recognize that masculinity comes in many forms and that sexual orientation does not determine someone's gender expression. 4. Creating inclusive environments. To challenge heterosexism, it's important to create inclusive spaces where all sexual orientations are accepted and respected. This can happen in schools, workplaces, and communities. Example: a school might implement LGBTQ+ inclusive policies, such as allowing students to form gay-straight alliances, which provide support and promote understanding among students of different sexual orientations. 5. Advocacy and activism. Challenging heterosexism often involves advocacy and activism, which can include supporting LGBTQ+ rights, participating in pride events, and raising awareness about the issues faced by non-heterosexual individuals. Example: organizations that fight for LGBTQ+ rights may work to change discriminatory laws or provide resources and support for LGBTQ+ youth. Important details. Intersectionality. When challenging heterosexism, it's important to consider how other identities intersect with sexual orientation. This helps to understand the diverse experiences of LGBTQ+ individuals. Education and awareness. Raising awareness about heterosexism and its effects is crucial. Educational programs can help dispel myths and stereotypes about LGBTQ+ individuals, fostering a more accepting society. Support systems. Building strong support networks for LGBTQ+ individuals can help them navigate challenges related to heterosexism. This includes access to counseling, community organizations, and peer support groups. Conclusion. Challenging heterosexism is about questioning and changing the societal norms and beliefs that prioritize heterosexuality while marginalizing other sexual orientations. By creating inclusive environments, advocating for LGBTQ+ rights, and raising awareness about the impact of heterosexism, we can promote equality and acceptance for all individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation. This effort is essential for building a more just and equitable society where everyone can live authentically and without fear of discrimination. The personal is political. An overview. The personal is political is a phrase that originated in feminist movements during the late 1960s and early 1970s. It highlights the idea that personal experiences and individual lives are deeply connected to larger social and political structures. This concept suggests that issues people face in their personal lives, such as discrimination, inequality, and social injustice, are not just private matters, but are influenced by and reflect broader societal issues. Key concepts. 1. Connection between personal experiences and social issues. The phrase emphasizes that personal experiences are often shaped by societal norms, laws, and power dynamics. For example, a woman's experience of sexual harassment at work is not just an individual problem, but is connected to societal attitudes toward gender and power. Example: a woman may feel unsafe walking alone at night. This fear is tied to broader issues of gender-based violence and societal views on women's safety. 2. Feminism and social justice. The slogan became prominent in feminist literature, particularly in the context of discussing women's rights. It encouraged women to see their personal struggles as part of a larger fight for equality and justice. Example: issues like reproductive rights and pay equity are personal concerns for many women, but are also political issues that require societal change and policy reform. 3. Empowerment through awareness. Understanding that the personal is political can empower individuals to speak out about their experiences and advocate for change. It helps people recognize that their voices matter and that collective action can lead to social transformation. Example: A person who has faced discrimination based on their sexual orientation may join or support LGBTQ+ rights organizations, realizing that their personal story contributes to a larger movement for equality. 4. Challenging societal norms. The concept encourages individuals to challenge societal norms and expectations that contribute to oppression. It calls for questioning the status quo and advocating for social change based on personal experiences. Example: a young person might challenge their school's dress code if it unfairly targets girls, recognizing that such policies reflect broader societal attitudes toward gender and control. 5. Intersectionality. The phrase also connects with the idea of intersectionality, which recognizes that people have multiple identities that intersect and influence their experiences. This means that personal issues can be even more complex when multiple identities are involved. Example: a Black woman may face both racism and sexism, and her experiences cannot be fully understood by looking at race or gender alone. Each aspect of her identity contributes to her unique challenges. Important details. Collective action. The idea that personal experiences are political encourages individuals to come together to address shared issues, leading to collective action and social movements. Awareness and education. Raising awareness about how personal experiences relate to societal issues is crucial. Education can empower individuals to recognize the political dimensions of their lives. Inclusion of diverse voices. For the concept to be effective, it must include the voices and experiences of diverse groups, ensuring that all perspectives are represented in discussions about social and political issues. Conclusion. The personal is political is a powerful concept that connects individual experiences to larger social and political structures. It emphasizes the importance of recognizing how personal struggles relate to broader societal issues and encourages individuals to advocate for change. By understanding this connection, people can empower themselves and others to challenge injustice and work toward a more equitable society. Gender-fair counseling. Definition: gender-fair counseling is an approach in counseling that aims to treat all clients equally, regardless of their gender. It recognizes that traditional counseling practices may have biases that favor one gender over another and seeks to create a supportive environment for everyone. Key concepts. 1. Understanding gender. Gender versus sex. Sex refers to the biological differences. Gender refers to the roles, behaviors, and identities that society associates with being male or female. This includes concepts like masculinity and femininity, which can vary across cultures and over time. 2. Gender bias. Gender bias occurs when decisions or behaviors favor one gender over another. For example, in traditional settings, males might be encouraged to pursue careers in science, while females are pushed towards caregiving roles. Gender-fair counseling aims to identify and reduce these biases to ensure that all clients receive fair treatment. 3. Cultural sensitivity. Counselors must understand and respect the cultural backgrounds of their clients, as different cultures have various beliefs about gender roles. Being culturally sensitive means recognizing how gender issues may differ across cultures and being open to these differences. For empowerment, gender-fair counseling encourages individuals to speak up about their experiences and feelings. It empowers clients to challenge stereotypes and societal expectations related to gender. For example, a young woman interested in engineering might feel discouraged due to societal norms, but a gender-fair counselor would support her ambitions and help her find resources to succeed. 5. Inclusive language. Using inclusive language means avoiding words and phrases that might exclude or offend individuals based on their gender. For instance, saying everyone instead of ladies and gentlemen is more inclusive. Counselors are encouraged to use language that reflects respect for all gender identities, including non-binary and transgender individuals. Important details. Training for counselors. Counselors need special training to understand gender issues and how they impact their clients. This training helps them recognize their own potential biases and learn how to create a welcoming environment for all genders. Impact of stereotypes. Stereotypes can limit individuals' potential. For instance, a belief that women are not good at math can lead to fewer women pursuing careers in STEM. Gender-fair counseling helps clients recognize and break free from these stereotypes. Examples. Scenario 1. A male client may feel pressure to conform to traditional masculine roles, like being strong and unemotional. A gender-fair counselor would help him explore his feelings and the societal expectations that affect him. Scenario 2. A female client might be hesitant to apply for a leadership position because she doubts her abilities due to gender stereotypes. A gender-fair counselor would encourage her to focus on her strengths and support her in pursuing that opportunity. Conclusion. Gender-fair counseling is essential in creating an environment where all clients feel valued and understood, regardless of their gender. By recognizing biases, using inclusive language, and empowering clients, counselors can help individuals navigate their personal challenges and pursue their goals without the limitations imposed by traditional gender roles. This approach not only benefits the clients, but also contributes to a more equitable society. Egalitarian relationship with clients. Definition. An egalitarian relationship in counseling refers to a partnership between the counselor and the client where both parties are seen as equal. This means that the counselor does not hold all the power or authority, and the client is encouraged to share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences openly. Key concepts. 1. Equality. In an egalitarian relationship, both the counselor and the client have equal rights and responsibilities. The counselor's role is to guide and support the client, but not to dominate the conversation or make decisions for them. 2. Collaboration. This type of relationship is built on collaboration. The counselor and client work together to set goals and find solutions to problems. The client's input is valued, and their choices are respected. 3. Empowerment. Empowerment means helping clients feel strong and confident in their abilities. In an egalitarian relationship, counselors encourage clients to take charge of their own lives and decisions. This support helps clients develop self-esteem and independence. 4. Active listening. Counselors in egalitarian relationships practice active listening. This means they pay close attention to what the client is saying, show understanding, and respond thoughtfully. This creates a safe space where clients feel heard and valued. 5. Respect and trust. A foundation of respect and trust is essential in egalitarian relationships. Counselors must demonstrate respect for the client's experiences, values, and choices. Trust allows clients to open up and share personal information without fear of judgment. Important details. Client-centered approach. An egalitarian relationship aligns with a client-centered approach, where the client is at the center of the counseling process. The counselor focuses on understanding the client's perspective and helping them find their own answers. Non-hierarchical structure. Unlike traditional counseling models where counselors are seen as authority figures, egalitarian relationships break down these hierarchies. This means that clients are not treated as passive recipients of advice, but as active participants in their own healing. Cultural sensitivity. Counselors must be aware of cultural differences that may affect the client's view of equality. Some cultures may have different norms regarding authority and respect, so counselors need to adapt their approach to each client's background. Examples. Scenario 1. A client comes in feeling overwhelmed by their studies. Instead of telling the client what to do, the counselor asks questions to help the client explore their feelings and thoughts about their situation. Together, they brainstorm strategies that the client feels comfortable trying. Scenario 2. A client wants to change careers but is unsure about their options. The counselor does not dictate what the client should do. Instead, they work together to identify the client's passions and skills, allowing the client to make decisions based on their own values and interests. Conclusion. An egalitarian relationship with clients is vital for effective counseling. By fostering equality, collaboration, and trust, counselors empower clients to take control of their lives and make meaningful changes. This approach not only enhances the counseling experience, but also promotes personal growth and self-discovery, helping clients to feel more confident and capable in their journey. Bibliotherapy. Definition. Bibliotherapy is a therapeutic approach that uses books, literature, and reading materials to help individuals understand and cope with their emotional and psychological challenges. It combines reading with therapy to promote healing and personal growth. Key concepts. 1. Reading as a healing tool. The idea behind bibliotherapy is that reading can provide comfort and insight. Books can help people explore their feelings, learn about their problems, and find new ways to cope. 2. Types of bibliotherapy. Active bibliotherapy. This involves a therapist guiding a client to read specific books or materials that relate to their issues. The therapist may discuss the themes and characters in those books to deepen understanding and encourage reflection. Passive bibliotherapy. This occurs when individuals read books on their own without direct guidance from a therapist. They may choose self-help books, novels, or poetry that resonate with their feelings. 3. Empathy and connection. Reading stories about characters facing similar challenges can create a sense of empathy and connection. Clients may feel less alone and more understood when they see their struggles reflected in literature. 4. Self-discovery. Bibliotherapy encourages self-discovery. As individuals read about different experiences, they may gain new perspectives on their own lives and discover coping strategies or solutions to their problems. 5. Diverse materials. Bibliotherapy can include various types of literature, such as novels, poetry, biographies, self-help books, and even articles. The chosen materials should be relevant to the individual's experiences and needs. Important details. Personalization. Bibliotherapy is most effective when the reading materials are tailored to the individual's interests and issues. A good therapist will consider the client's preferences and challenges when recommending books. Integration with therapy. Bibliotherapy can be used alongside traditional therapy methods. It can enhance discussions in therapy sessions, providing a deeper understanding of emotions and thoughts. Age and developmental considerations. Bibliotherapy can be used with people of all ages, but the choice of materials should be appropriate for the individual's age and developmental level. For example, children may benefit from picture books, while adults might read novels or self-help guides. Examples. Scenario 1. A teenager struggling with anxiety might be encouraged to read a novel about a character who faces similar fears. After reading, they can discuss how the character dealt with their anxiety and how those strategies might apply to their own life. Scenario 2. An adult going through a difficult breakup might be given a self-help book focused on healing after loss. The therapist can help the client reflect on the book's messages and how they relate to the client's feelings and experiences. Conclusion. Bibliotherapy is a powerful tool that uses the written word to support emotional and psychological healing. By reading about relatable experiences, individuals can gain insights, feel understood, and discover new ways to cope with their challenges. Whether guided by a therapist or explored independently, bibliotherapy can enrich the therapeutic process and foster personal growth. Assertiveness training. Definition. Assertiveness training is a process that teaches individuals how to communicate their thoughts, feelings, and needs openly and honestly while respecting the rights of others. It aims to help people express themselves confidently without being passive or aggressive. Key concepts. 1. Understanding assertiveness. Assertiveness is about standing up for yourself in a positive way. It means expressing your opinions and needs clearly while also listening to others. It's a balanced approach that respects both yourself and those around you. 2. Difference between communication styles. Passive communication involves avoiding expressing thoughts and feelings. For example, someone may agree to do something they don't want to do just to avoid conflict. Aggressive communication involves expressing thoughts and feelings in a way that can hurt or belittle others. For example, shouting or using insults to get your point across. Assertive communication involves expressing yourself confidently and respectfully. For example, saying, "I feel uncomfortable when you interrupt me. Can we take turns speaking?" 3. Benefits of assertiveness training. Helps build self-esteem and confidence. Reduces anxiety and stress by encouraging open communication. Improves relationships by fostering mutual respect and understanding. Teaches individuals how to set healthy boundaries. 4. Techniques used in assertiveness training. Role-playing, practicing scenarios where you need to be assertive, such as asking for a raise at work or saying no to a friend. I statements. Learning to express feelings using I statements, which focus on your feelings rather than blaming others. For example, saying, "I feel upset when meetings start late," instead of "you always make us late." Eye contact and body language. Practicing maintaining eye contact and using open body language to convey confidence. 5. Setting boundaries. Assertiveness training teaches how to set and communicate personal boundaries. This means knowing your limits and expressing them clearly to others, which helps prevent feelings of being overwhelmed or taken advantage of. Important details. Practice and feedback. Assertiveness training often involves practicing skills in a safe environment, such as a training group or therapy session, where individuals can receive constructive feedback. Overcoming barriers. Real-life application. Many people struggle with assertiveness due to fear of rejection, anxiety, or past experiences. Training helps individuals identify and overcome these barriers. Assertiveness skills can be applied in various situations, such as at work, in friendships, or within family dynamics. Examples. Scenario 1. A student feels overwhelmed by group project responsibilities. Through assertiveness training, they learn to say, "I can't take on more work right now. Let's figure out a fair way to divide tasks." This statement expresses their feelings while seeking a solution. Scenario 2. A person is often interrupted during meetings at work. After training, they practice saying, "Excuse me, I'd like to finish my thought before we move on." This assertive statement helps them reclaim their voice without being aggressive. Conclusion. Assertiveness training is an essential skill that helps individuals communicate their needs and feelings confidently and respectfully. By learning to be assertive, people can improve their self-esteem, reduce anxiety, and build healthier relationships. With practice, anyone can become more assertive and create a positive change in their personal and professional lives. Disputing sex role stereotypes. Definition. Disputing sex role stereotypes involves challenging and questioning the traditional beliefs and expectations about how men and women should behave based on their gender. These stereotypes can limit individual potential and create unfair expectations in society. Key concepts. 1. Understanding sex role stereotypes. Sex role stereotypes are generalizations about the characteristics, behaviors, and roles that society assigns to men and women. For example, the stereotype that women are nurturing and should take care of the home, while men are strong and should be the primary breadwinners. 2. Impact of stereotypes. These stereotypes can lead to discrimination and inequality. For instance, women might be overlooked for leadership positions because of the belief that they are less capable, while men may feel pressured to hide their emotions due to the expectation that they must always be tough. 3. Challenging stereotypes. Disputing these stereotypes means recognizing that they are not true for everyone and that individuals should not be limited by societal expectations. It involves questioning the validity of these stereotypes and advocating for change. 4. Creating awareness. Awareness is the first step in disputing sex role stereotypes. This can be done through education, discussions, and media representation that showcase diverse roles and behaviors. For example, showing men as caregivers or women as leaders helps break down outdated stereotypes. 5. Promoting equality. Disputing sex role stereotypes is essential for promoting gender equality. When people are free to choose their paths without being judged by their gender, it leads to a more just and equal society. Important details. Media influence. Media plays a significant role in shaping perceptions of gender roles. By promoting diverse representations of both men and women in various roles, we can help change societal views. Education and advocacy. Educational programs that teach about gender equality and the harm of stereotypes can empower individuals to challenge these norms. Advocacy efforts can include campaigns that encourage respectful and equal treatment of all genders. Sharing personal stories about how stereotypes have affected individuals can help others understand the impact of these beliefs. This storytelling can inspire change and encourage others to question their own beliefs. Examples. Scenario 1. A teacher notices that boys in the classroom are discouraged from expressing their feelings because of the stereotype that boys should be tough. The teacher starts discussions about emotions, showing that it's okay for everyone, regardless of gender, to express vulnerability. Scenario 2. A company implements a policy encouraging both men and women to take parental leave, challenging the stereotype that only women should stay home with children. This policy helps normalize the idea that parenting is a shared responsibility. Conclusion. Disputing sex role stereotypes is crucial for creating a more equitable society where individuals can pursue their interests and goals without being limited by traditional gender expectations. By challenging these stereotypes through awareness, education, and advocacy, we can promote equality and allow everyone to reach their full potential, regardless of gender. Existential therapy, Irvin D. Yalom. Definition: existential therapy is a form of psychotherapy that focuses on helping individuals find meaning and purpose in their lives, especially when they face challenges or feelings of emptiness. It emphasizes personal responsibility and the importance of making choices that reflect one's true self. Key concepts. 1. Existentialism. Existentialism is a philosophical movement that explores the nature of existence, freedom, and choice. It suggests that life has no inherent meaning, and individuals must create their own meaning through their experiences and decisions. Irvin D. Yalom. Irvin D. Yalom is a prominent psychiatrist and psychotherapist known for his contributions to existential therapy. He emphasizes the importance of understanding the human condition and addressing core existential issues in therapy. 3. Core existential concerns. Yalom identifies 4 main concerns that people face. Death. Awareness of mortality can lead to anxiety, but can also motivate individuals to live more fully. Freedom. While freedom allows individuals to make choices, it also comes with the burden of responsibility for those choices. Isolation. Everyone experiences a sense of separation from others, which can lead to feelings of loneliness. Building meaningful connections is essential for well-being. Meaninglessness. People often struggle with finding meaning in their lives, especially during difficult times. Therapy can help individuals explore and create their own sense of purpose. 4. Therapeutic relationship. The relationship between the therapist and client is central to existential therapy. Yalom believes that therapists should be authentic and open, sharing their own feelings and thoughts when appropriate. This creates a genuine connection that can foster trust and understanding. 5. Personal responsibility. Existential therapy encourages individuals to take responsibility for their choices and lives. This means recognizing that they have the power to shape their own destiny and make decisions that align with their values and desires. Important details. Focus on the present. Existential therapy emphasizes living in the present moment and being aware of one's thoughts and feelings. This mindfulness helps clients confront their fears and desires more honestly. Exploring values. Clients are encouraged to explore their values and beliefs. By understanding what is truly important to them, individuals can make choices that lead to a more fulfilling life. Acceptance of anxiety. Yalom teaches that anxiety is a normal part of life. Rather than avoiding it, individuals should learn to accept and confront their anxiety, using it as a catalyst for growth and change. Examples. Scenario 1. A client feels lost and unfulfilled in their job. Through existential therapy, they explore their values and realize that they have always wanted to work in a field that helps others. This realization leads them to pursue a career change that aligns with their passion. Scenario 2. A person facing the death of a loved one struggles with feelings of isolation and hopelessness. In therapy, they discuss their fear of losing meaningful connections and learn to appreciate the time they have with others. This awareness helps them build deeper relationships and find comfort in shared experiences. Conclusion. Existential therapy, as developed by Irvin D. Yalom, encourages individuals to confront life's fundamental questions about existence, meaning, and choice. By exploring core existential concerns and fostering authentic relationships, clients can find greater purpose and fulfillment in their lives. This therapeutic approach empowers individuals to take responsibility for their choices and embrace the freedom that comes with being alive. Existential therapy, fear of mortality. Definition. In existential therapy, the fear of mortality refers to the anxiety and discomfort people feel when thinking about their own death or the death of loved ones. This fear is a natural part of being human and can significantly impact how individuals live their lives. Key concepts. 1. Understanding mortality. Mortality is the state of being subject to death. Everyone will face death eventually, and acknowledging this fact can lead to deep feelings of fear, sadness, or anxiety. 2. Existential anxiety. This term describes the feelings of unease or dread that arise when people confront the realities of life, including death. Existential anxiety can motivate individuals to seek meaning and purpose in their lives, but can also lead to avoidance behaviors and distress. 3. The role of mortality in life. Recognizing that life is finite can inspire people to make the most of their time. Instead of being paralyzed by fear, individuals may choose to live more authentically and pursue what truly matters to them. 4. Existential therapy's approach. Existential therapy encourages clients to face their fear of mortality directly. The therapist helps clients explore their feelings about death, the meaning of life, and how these thoughts affect their choices and behaviors. 5. Creating meaning. When people confront their fear of mortality, they often find motivation to create meaning in their lives. This can involve pursuing passions, building relationships, or contributing to their communities. By focusing on what matters most, individuals can lead more fulfilling lives. Important details. Awareness of death. Being aware of death can lead to a greater appreciation for life. By facing the reality of mortality, individuals may find new perspectives on their experiences and relationships. Personal reflection. Existential therapy encourages personal reflection on what death means to the individual. This might include thoughts about legacy, the impact they want to have on others, and how they want to be remembered. Acceptance of mortality. Accepting that death is a natural part of life can help reduce fear. Instead of seeing death as something to avoid, individuals can learn to integrate this understanding into their lives, leading to a more peaceful existence. Examples. Scenario 1. A young adult worries about their future and feels anxious about dying without achieving anything significant. In therapy, they discuss their fears and realize they want to travel and experience different cultures. This realization motivates them to plan a trip that aligns with their values and passions. Scenario 2. An older adult facing a terminal illness grapples with feelings of fear and sadness about dying. Through existential therapy, they explore their life stories, reflect on their relationships, and find comfort in reconnecting with family and friends. This process helps them create meaningful memories and resolve unfinished business. Conclusion. The fear of mortality is a common human experience that can lead to existential anxiety. In existential therapy, confronting this fear is essential for personal growth and finding meaning in life. By accepting mortality and exploring its implications, individuals can live more fully, make conscious choices, and focus on what truly matters to them. This approach empowers individuals to embrace life while understanding the reality of death, ultimately leading to a richer, more meaningful existence. Existential therapy, death anxiety. Definition. Death anxiety refers to the fear or apprehension that individuals experience when thinking about their own death or the death of others. It is a common feeling that can affect how people live their lives, make decisions, and interact with others. Key concepts. 1. Understanding death anxiety. Death anxiety is a natural response to the awareness of mortality. It can manifest as fear, sadness, or panic when contemplating the idea of dying or losing loved ones. This anxiety often arises from uncertainty about what happens after death and fear of the unknown. 2. Existential perspective. In existential therapy, death anxiety is viewed as an important aspect of the human experience. Instead of avoiding this anxiety, therapists encourage clients to confront it, as it can lead to deeper self-understanding and personal growth. 3. Causes of death anxiety. Various factors can contribute to death anxiety, including personal experiences with loss or trauma, cultural beliefs about death and the afterlife, a lack of understanding about the dying process, existential concerns about the meaning and purpose of life. 4. Impact of death anxiety. Death anxiety can lead to behaviors such as avoidance, denial, or overindulgence in life. For example, someone might avoid discussing death altogether or engage in risky behaviors to distract themselves from their fears. 5. Transforming anxiety into meaning. Existential therapy helps individuals transform their death anxiety into a motivation for living fully. By facing their fears, individuals can clarify their values, priorities, and what truly matters in their lives. Important details. Confronting death anxiety. In therapy, clients are encouraged to talk about their fears and feelings surrounding death. This can help them understand the root of their anxiety and explore how it affects their daily lives. Finding meaning. Through discussions about death, clients can discover what gives their life meaning. This might involve exploring relationships, personal goals, and how they want to be remembered. Acceptance of mortality. Learning to accept that death is a natural part of life can help reduce anxiety. Acceptance allows individuals to live more authentically and focus on making the most of their time. Examples. Scenario 1. A college student feels overwhelmed by thoughts of death and worries about not achieving their goals before they die. In therapy, they explore these feelings and realize they want to pursue their passion for art. This newfound clarity helps them take steps toward a fulfilling career. Scenario 2. An elderly person grapples with the fear of dying alone. Through existential therapy, they discuss their feelings and memories, leading them to reconnect with family and friends. This connection helps reduce their anxiety and enriches their remaining years. Conclusion. Death anxiety is a common and natural fear that can significantly impact how individuals live their lives. Existential therapy provides a space for people to confront and explore this anxiety, helping them find meaning and purpose. By facing their fears about death, individuals can learn to appreciate life more deeply, make meaningful choices, and live more authentically. Ultimately, this process can lead to a richer and more fulfilling existence. Cognitive behavioral therapy, second wave CBT. Definition. Second wave cognitive behavioral therapy is an evolution of traditional CBT that builds on its foundational principles. While the first wave of CBT focused primarily on changing negative thoughts and behaviors, the second wave incorporates a greater emphasis on the role of emotions and the context in which thoughts occur. Key concepts. 1. Cognitive behavioral therapy. CBT is a type of therapy that helps individuals understand how their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are interconnected. It teaches people to identify negative thought patterns and replace them with more positive or realistic ones. 2. First wave CBT. The first wave of CBT focused primarily on cognitive restructuring, which involves changing negative thoughts to influence feelings and behaviors. Techniques like thought records and cognitive restructuring were central to this approach. 3. Second wave CBT. Second wave CBT expands on the first wave by integrating emotional awareness and acceptance into the therapeutic process. It recognizes that just changing thoughts may not be enough. Understanding and managing emotions is also crucial for mental health. 4. Key techniques. Cognitive restructuring. While still important, this technique is used alongside other methods to help clients understand their emotional responses. Mindfulness. This involves being present and aware of thoughts and feelings without judgment. Mindfulness techniques help clients observe their emotions and thoughts without becoming overwhelmed by them. Emotion regulation. This aspect focuses on helping clients manage and respond to their emotions in healthier ways. Techniques may include identifying triggers and developing coping strategies. 5. Integration of acceptance. Second wave CBT emphasizes acceptance of thoughts and feelings rather than fighting against them. This means that instead of trying to eliminate negative emotions, clients learn to accept them as a normal part of life while still working toward positive change. Important details. Focus on context. Second wave CBT considers the context in which thoughts and emotions occur. For example, understanding the situation that triggers anxiety can help clients develop more effective coping strategies. Emotional awareness. Clients are encouraged to become more aware of their emotions and how these emotions affect their thoughts and behaviors. This awareness can lead to better emotional regulation and decision-making. Research and evidence. Second wave CBT is supported by research showing that integrating emotion-focused strategies can enhance the effectiveness of traditional CBT. This approach is especially useful for conditions like depression and anxiety. Examples. Scenario 1. A client experiences anxiety about public speaking. In first wave CBT, the focus might be on changing negative thoughts about their abilities. In second wave CBT, the therapist would also help the client recognize and accept their feelings of anxiety, teach them mindfulness techniques to stay present during speeches, and develop strategies to manage their emotions before and during the event. Scenario 2. A person struggling with depression may have negative thoughts about their self-worth. In first wave CBT, the therapist would help them challenge these thoughts. In second wave CBT, the therapist would also work with the client to explore their feelings of sadness, teaching them to acknowledge these emotions without judgment and find ways to cope with them effectively. Conclusion. Second wave cognitive behavioral therapy builds on the foundations of traditional CBT by integrating emotional awareness and acceptance into the therapeutic process. By focusing on both thoughts and emotions, this approach helps individuals develop more effective coping strategies and fosters a deeper understanding of their mental health. Through techniques like mindfulness and emotion regulation, clients can learn to manage their feelings better and navigate their challenges with greater resilience. Cognitive behavioral therapy, thought log, thought record. Definition. A thought log or thought record is a tool used in cognitive behavioral therapy to help individuals track and analyze their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. By recording these elements, people can identify negative thought patterns and learn how to change them. Key concepts. 1. Understanding thoughts. In CBT, it is believed that our thoughts significantly influence our feelings and behaviors. Negative or distorted thoughts can lead to feelings of sadness, anxiety, or frustration. Recognizing these thoughts is the first step toward changing them. 2. Purpose of a thought log. The main purpose of a thought log is to bring awareness to automatic thoughts, those quick, often negative thoughts that pop into our minds without us even realizing it. By writing them down, individuals can see patterns in their thinking and understand how these thoughts affect their emotions and actions. 3. Structure of a thought log. A thought log typically includes several columns or sections to fill out, including date and time when the thought occurred, situation, a description of the event or situation that triggered the thought, automatic thought, the negative thought that came to mind, emotions, the feelings experienced at that moment, often rated on a scale, evidence for and against the thought, a section to analyze the thought by listing evidence that supports it and evidence that contradicts it. Alternative thought, a more balanced or realistic thought to replace the negative one. Outcome, how the new thought changed feelings or behaviors. Important details, awareness and reflection. Using a thought log encourages individuals to become more aware of their thoughts and reflect on them. This process can help identify irrational or unhelpful thinking patterns. Challenging negative thoughts. By examining the evidence for and against their automatic thoughts, individuals can challenge these negative beliefs. This helps them realize that their thoughts may not always be accurate or true. Building coping skills. Over time, keeping a thought log can help individuals develop healthier thinking habits and coping strategies. This practice can lead to improved emotional well-being and better decision-making. Examples. Scenario 1. A student has a thought log entry that states, date and time, Monday, 3 p.m. situation, received a low grade on a test. Automatic thought, I'm a failure, I'll never succeed. Emotions, sadness, anxiety. Evidence for, I studied hard but still did poorly. Evidence against, I did well on my last test, and I can always improve next time. Alternative thought, one test doesn't define my abilities, I can learn from this. Outcome, after replacing the thought, the student feels less anxious and motivated to study differently for the next test. Scenario 2, an individual logs a thought after an argument with a friend. Date and time, Wednesday, 6 p.m. situation, had a disagreement about plans. Automatic thought, they don't care about me. Emotions, hurt, anger. Evidence for, it didn't support my idea. Evidence against, we've had many good times and they've been there for me before. Alternative thought, they might have been stressed. It doesn't mean they don't care. Outcome, feeling less hurt, the individual decides to talk to their friend about the disagreement. Conclusion. A thought log or thought record is a valuable tool in cognitive behavioral therapy that helps individuals track their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. By using this tool, people can increase their awareness of negative thinking patterns, challenge these thoughts, and replace them with more balanced perspectives. This practice can lead to improved emotional health and a greater sense of control over one's thoughts and feelings. Cognitive behavioral therapy, rational emotive behavior therapy. Definition: rational emotive behavior therapy, developed by psychologist Albert Ellis, is a type of cognitive behavioral therapy that focuses on helping individuals identify and change irrational beliefs that lead to negative emotions and behaviors. It emphasizes the role of thoughts in shaping feelings and actions. Key concepts. 1. Irrational beliefs. REBT is based on the idea that many emotional problems stem from irrational beliefs, thoughts that are unrealistic, overly harsh, or not based on facts. For example, believing I must be perfect in everything I do can lead to feelings of anxiety and failure. 2. The ABC model. Ellis developed the ABC model to explain the relationship between thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. A. This is the situation or event that triggers a reaction. For example, failing a test. B. These are the thoughts or beliefs about the activating event. For instance, I'm a failure because I didn't pass. C. These are the emotional and behavioral consequences of the beliefs. In this case, feeling depressed or giving up on studying. The model shows how beliefs about an event lead to emotional outcomes. 3. Challenging irrational thoughts. REBT encourages individuals to challenge and dispute their irrational beliefs. This involves questioning the validity of these thoughts and finding evidence against them. The goal is to replace negative beliefs with more rational and constructive ones. 4. Emotional responsibility. A key principle of REBT is that individuals are responsible for their own emotions. This means recognizing that while external events can trigger feelings, it's the beliefs about those events that ultimately determine emotional responses. 5. Constructive change. By changing irrational beliefs, individuals can experience more positive emotions and healthier behaviors. REBT teaches that it's possible to learn new ways of thinking that lead to better emotional well-being. Important details. Focus on acceptance. REBT emphasizes the importance of accepting oneself and one's imperfections. Instead of striving for perfection, individuals are encouraged to focus on self-acceptance and realistic goals. Behavioral technique. In addition to cognitive techniques, REBT often includes behavioral interventions. These may involve practicing new behaviors, role-playing, or using relaxation techniques to manage stress. Applications. REBT can be effective for various issues, including anxiety, depression, anger management, and stress. It helps individuals develop healthier coping strategies and improve their overall mental health. Examples. Scenario 1. A student fails a math exam. A. Failing the exam. B. I'm terrible at math, and I'll never succeed. C. Feeling hopeless and deciding to stop trying. Challenging the belief. The student realizes that failing one exam doesn't define their ability in math. They can ask, what evidence do I have that I'm terrible at math? This leads them to understand that they can improve with practice. New belief. I can learn from this experience and do better next time. Scenario 2. An employee receives constructive criticism from their boss. A. Receiving feedback. B. If my boss criticizes me, it means I'm not good enough. C. Feeling anxious and defensive. Challenging the belief. The employee learns to see feedback as an opportunity for growth. They question, is it true that criticism means I'm not good enough? New belief. Feedback is a chance to improve my skills and become better at my job. Conclusion. Rational emotive behavior therapy is a powerful approach within cognitive behavioral therapy that helps individuals identify and change irrational beliefs that lead to negative emotions and behaviors. By using the ABC model, challenging thoughts, and focusing on self-acceptance, REBT empowers people to take control of their emotional well-being and make constructive changes in their lives. This approach can lead to healthier thinking patterns, improve relationships, and greater overall happiness. Cognitive behavioral therapy, downward arrow technique. Definition. The downward arrow technique is a cognitive therapy method developed by Dr. David D. Burns. It helps individuals identify underlying beliefs and assumptions by tracing thoughts back to their core beliefs. This technique is useful for uncovering negative thoughts that contribute to emotional distress. Key concepts. 1. Understanding automatic thoughts. In CBT, automatic thoughts are quick, often negative thoughts that arise in response to specific situations. These thoughts can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, or low self-esteem. The downward arrow technique helps individuals dig deeper to understand the root of these thoughts. 2. Identifying core beliefs. Core beliefs are the fundamental ideas or assumptions that shape how we see ourselves and the world. They can be positive or negative, but negative core beliefs often lead to emotional difficulties. The downward arrow technique aims to uncover these beliefs to facilitate change. 3. The process. The technique involves asking a series of "what does that mean?" questions to explore the implications of an automatic thought. This allows individuals to trace their thoughts downward, revealing deeper beliefs that may not be immediately obvious. Important details. Step-by-step approach. Start with an automatic thought that causes distress. For example, if someone thinks, "I failed my exam," they can follow these steps. 1. Identify the automatic thought, "I failed my exam." 2. Ask, "What does that mean?" The individual might respond, "It means I'm not smart enough." 3. Ask again, "What does that mean?" The response may be, "It means I'll never succeed." 4. Repeat as necessary. Continue asking until reaching a core belief, such as "I am a failure" or "I am not worthy," revealing underlying beliefs. By using this technique, individuals can uncover negative core beliefs that contribute to their feelings of inadequacy or hopelessness. Recognizing these beliefs is the first step in challenging and changing them. Challenging core beliefs. Once the core beliefs are identified, individuals can work on disputing these beliefs. This might involve gathering evidence against them or finding more balanced and realistic thoughts to replace them. Examples. Scenario 1. Exam failure. Automatic thought, "I failed my exam." What does that mean? "I'm not smart enough." What does that mean? "I'll never graduate." What does that mean? "I'm a total failure." Challenging the belief. The individual can then examine evidence of their past successes in school or seek help to improve their studying habits, leading to a more balanced belief like, "I can learn from my mistakes and do better next time." Scenario 2. Social interaction. Automatic thought, "I made a fool of myself at the party." What does that mean? "People will think I'm awkward." What does that mean? "I'll never make friends." What does that mean? "I am unlikable." Challenging the belief. The person can reflect on positive interactions they have had in the past and recognize that one awkward moment doesn't define their social abilities, leading to a belief like, "I can improve my social skills and connect with others." Conclusion. The downward arrow technique is a valuable tool in cognitive behavioral therapy that helps individuals uncover and challenge negative core beliefs underlying their automatic thoughts. By using this technique, people can gain insight into their thinking patterns, identify irrational beliefs, and work toward replacing them with more positive and realistic thoughts. This process can lead to improved emotional well-being and greater self-acceptance. Cognitive behavioral therapy, rational imagery. Definition. Rational imagery is a technique used in cognitive behavioral therapy to help individuals visualize positive and rational thoughts in order to counter negative emotions and beliefs. This method involves using mental images to create a more positive and empowering mindset. Key concepts. 1. Understanding imagery. Imagery refers to the mental pictures or scenarios that we create in our minds. These can be positive or negative. In CBT, rational imagery focuses on creating positive, constructive images that help reduce anxiety and improve emotional well-being. 2. Role of thoughts and emotions. In CBT, it is understood that our thoughts influence our feelings and behaviors. Negative thoughts can lead to negative emotions, such as fear, sadness, or anger. By using rational imagery, individuals can replace negative images with positive ones that support healthier emotional responses. 3. The process of rational imagery. The process typically involves several steps. Identify negative thoughts. Start by recognizing a negative thought or belief that causes distress. For example, I will fail at my presentation. Create a positive image. Imagine a successful outcome instead. Visualize yourself confidently giving the presentation and receiving positive feedback. Engage the senses. Make the mental image as vivid as possible by engaging all the senses. Picture the room, the audience's expressions, and even the sounds of applause. Reinforce the positive emotion. Focus on how this successful scenario makes you feel proud, excited, or relieved. This helps to reinforce the positive emotional response associated with the rational imagery. Important details. Rational imagery can help reduce anxiety, boost confidence, and improve motivation. By regularly practicing this technique, individuals can develop a more positive outlook and change their emotional responses to various situations. Combining with other techniques. Rational imagery can be combined with other CBT techniques, such as cognitive restructuring, where individuals challenge and reframe negative thoughts. This combination further enhances the effectiveness of therapy. Practicing imagery. This technique can be practiced in therapy sessions and at home. Regular practice helps individuals become more skilled at creating positive imagery and using it to cope with stressors. Examples. Scenario 1. Public speaking. A student feels anxious about giving a speech in front of the class. Their negative thought might be, "Everyone will laugh at me." Using rational imagery, they close their eyes and visualize themselves standing confidently at the front of the room, speaking clearly and engagingly. They imagine the audience nodding and smiling, and they hear applause at the end of the speech. This positive image replaces their anxiety with confidence. Scenario 2. Job interview. Someone preparing for a job interview might think, "I will mess up the questions." Using rational imagery, they visualize themselves walking into the interview room, shaking hands with the interviewer and answering questions with clarity and poise. They imagine the interviewer smiling and nodding in approval. This helps reduce their fear and increases their confidence. Conclusion. Rational imagery is a powerful technique in cognitive behavioral therapy that helps individuals visualize positive outcomes to counter negative thoughts and emotions. By creating vivid mental images of success and reinforcing positive feelings, individuals can improve their emotional well-being and develop healthier responses to stressors. With practice, rational imagery can lead to increased confidence and a more optimistic outlook on life. Cognitive behavioral therapy, cognitive disputation. Definition. Cognitive disputation is a technique used in cognitive behavioral therapy that involves challenging and questioning negative or irrational thoughts. The goal is to help individuals recognize these unhelpful thoughts and replace them with more rational and balanced ones. This process can lead to improved emotions and behaviors. Key concepts. 1. Understanding cognitive distortions. Cognitive distortions are exaggerated or irrational thought patterns that can lead to negative emotions and behaviors. Common examples include all-or-nothing thinking, overgeneralization, and catastrophizing. 2. The role of thoughts and emotions. In CBT, it is understood that our thoughts directly influence our feelings and actions. Negative thoughts can lead to feelings of anxiety, sadness, or anger. By disputing these thoughts, individuals can change their emotional responses and improve their mental health. 3. The disputation process. Cognitive disputation involves several steps. Identify the negative thought. Recognize the specific thought that is causing distress. For example, "I always mess things up." Challenge the thought. Ask questions to evaluate the validity of the thought. This can include, "Is this thought true? What evidence do I have that supports or contradicts this thought? Am I overreacting or making assumptions?" Develop a new, balanced thought. Replace the negative thought with a more realistic and balanced one. For instance, "Sometimes I make mistakes, but I can learn from them and improve." Important details. Evidence-based approach. Cognitive disputation is based on examining evidence for and against a thought. This helps individuals see that their negative thoughts may not be accurate or reasonable. Emotional impact, practice, and application. By disputing negative thoughts and replacing them with more rational ones, individuals can change how they feel. For example, challenging the thought, "I can't do anything right," can lead to feelings of empowerment and motivation. Cognitive disputation can be practiced in therapy sessions and at home. Keeping a thought diary or journal can help individuals track their negative thoughts and work on disputing them regularly. Examples. Scenario 1. Academic failure. Negative thought. I failed this test, so I'm a total failure. Disputation questions. Is it true that failing one test means I am a total failure? Have I succeeded in other areas, like completing assignments or performing well in previous tests? New balanced thought. I didn't do well on this test, but I can study harder and do better next time. Scenario 2. Social anxiety. Negative thought. No one wants to talk to me because I'm boring. Disputation questions. What evidence do I have that supports this thought? Have I had good conversations with people in the past? New balanced thought. I may feel anxious in social situations, but I can engage in interesting conversations and connect with others. Conclusion. Cognitive disputation is a key technique in cognitive behavioral therapy that helps individuals challenge and change negative thoughts. By identifying cognitive distortions, questioning their validity, and developing more balanced thoughts, individuals can improve their emotional well-being and develop healthier coping strategies. This process empowers people to take control of their thoughts and, ultimately, their lives. Cognitive behavioral therapy, third wave CBT. Definition. Third wave cognitive behavioral therapy refers to a group of therapeutic approaches that build on the principles of traditional CBT, but place a greater emphasis on mindfulness, acceptance, and the context of one's thoughts and feelings. Key examples of third-wave CBT include dialectical behavior therapy, motivational interviewing, and acceptance and commitment therapy. Key concepts. 1. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of one's thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. In third-wave CBT, mindfulness techniques help individuals observe their emotions and thoughts without becoming overwhelmed by them. 2. Acceptance. Acceptance involves acknowledging and embracing thoughts and feelings instead of trying to suppress or change them. This approach teaches individuals that it is okay to have difficult emotions and that they can coexist with positive experiences. 3. Focus on values. Third wave CBT often emphasizes the importance of identifying personal values and goals. This helps individuals align their actions with what truly matters to them, leading to more meaningful and fulfilling lives. Important details. 1. Dialectical behavior therapy. Purpose. DBT was developed to help people with intense emotions, especially those with borderline personality disorder. It combines traditional CBT techniques with mindfulness practices. Core skills. DBT focuses on 4 main skill areas. Mindfulness, being present and aware of the current moment. Distress tolerance, learning to cope with difficult emotions without resorting to harmful behaviors. Emotional regulation, understanding and managing intense emotions. Interpersonal effectiveness, improving communication and relationships with others. 2. Motivational interviewing. Purpose. MI is a conversational approach designed to enhance a person's motivation to change by exploring and resolving ambivalence. It is often used in addiction treatment and behavior change. Core principles. MI focuses on collaboration, working together with the client rather than directing them. Evocation, drawing out the client's own reasons for change. Autonomy, respecting the client's ability to make their own choices. 3. Acceptance and commitment therapy. Purpose. ACT helps individuals accept their thoughts and feelings rather than fighting against them. It encourages commitment to taking action based on personal values. Core processes. ACT involves cognitive diffusion, learning to see thoughts as just thoughts rather than truths. Acceptance, allowing thoughts and feelings to exist without judgment. Values clarification, identifying what is most important in life. Committed action, taking steps toward living a life aligned with one's values. Examples. Example of DBT. A teenager struggling with intense emotions learns skills to manage their feelings. They practice mindfulness to recognize when they're feeling overwhelmed and use distress tolerance techniques to cope without engaging in self-harm. Example of MI. A therapist works with a client who wants to quit smoking. Instead of telling the client what to do, The therapist asks open-ended questions to explore the client's reasons for wanting to quit and helps them come up with their own plan for change.